Okay guys, so as the following step, we must now check the availability of the received email. Of the email which the user is trying to register. So in order to check the availability email, we must communicate with the server. We'll go to Access PHP and the Access PHP will send direct request to the server. So now you are slightly understanding the logic, while the register PHP we are using in sake of building the logic and the safety, while access.php we're using for the communication with the server. So okay, to check the availability, first register.php will refer to access.php. So means first we need to declare this method in access.php, then we need to call this method from register.php. Okay, let's now go to access.php and let's scroll it down. And here we will write a one protocol, which is selecting the user from the database. Okay, here I will declare a public function which is a select user, open and close round brackets, and the user will be selected based on the email received. Okay, so here, first of all, we will declare a return array which will store all the user information. As you remember the sample with the JSON where it will store name, full name, last name, email, etc. So this is array to store full user related information with the logic key value, which is, let's say, name John, for example. Okay, now we will use an SQL command directly. If you remember when we were doing something with our database, we can execute SQL commands right over here, or we can do everything manually with this control panel. But while we are working with the programming languages, we will be sending an SQL commands which will be executed and it will affect our database. I mean, in a positive way, it will have a changes, or we can control it. Okay, I declare a new variable equals to quotation marks, and here we write select everything from users where email equals to, put single quotation mark, here concatenate email, then again concatenate open quotation marks, and put here single quotation marks. Okay, so this is SQL language. So if you watched my another course where we are creating a full clone of the Twitter, there I go into more details related to PHP and SQL languages. I explain a lot of details. So select, this is a logic. This is, you must know, like one plus one. Select means it will select everything in the database. Not everything, it will select. This asterisk means everything. This means all in the SQL language. Select all from, here we need to declare this table, from users. This is the one, from users where email, this is the one, it must be identical, make sure guys, will be equals to email which user trying to save. Okay, so how it will look like, let me write it like this: john@yahoo.com. This is how it look like, how it gonna look like. Okay, this is SQL language or command to be sent to the server. SQL, so one more time I'll repeat, you can control and manipulate with your database manually when you're already logged in as a human being, or you can remotely send the commands, SQL commands. Okay, so we declared this SQL command which will be sent to the server, and we need to execute it. We need to execute this command through our established connection with the server. So if you remember, our variable, which is con, that one, it stores the connection to the server. Let's remember this. So we will use this connection to the server, and we will make a query, SQL. So here we are executing query via already established connection with the server. This is what we're doing now. So after that, we need to check, have we got any result from this command, from this execution? For that purpose, I will assign it to new variable which called result. This result will store everything related to that. Okay, so now we can use the if statement. If, open and close round brackets, in round brackets right, result is not equal null, means exclamation mark equals null, means which is not equal to null, and let's say another logic we want double check, which is first result is not 0 and result is more or equal to 1. This is what I want to write. I'll write here, for that purpose there is already existing command mysqli underscore num rows, means number of rows returned. This must be in the round brackets. Here come out twice from the round brackets, more or equals to 1, so it means we got some results. Then this one means result is not 0 and it has at least one row or value or result, whatever you call it. So then it will execute the following. We want, for example, let's say there are a couple of rows can be. So in this case, we want to return back every single row. So for that purpose, we'll write $symbol raw will be equals to result. Then we'll put arrow, which is dash and greater mark, fetch underscore array, open and close round brackets. Here write mysqli association. This is what we are doing. This is the method. It means to include everything here. So what does it mean, fetch array MySQL association? So this result, actually, when it will return selected values, it will be looking like this. Let me show it to you. It will be looking like name, okay, email, first name, last name, and etc. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to type it everything here. So it will return everything like this. So in the format of the table, but our app and our language cannot understand it. So when we write fetch array, it will convert it to being a JSON. So it will look like email will be john@yahoo.com, then comma, then first name John, and so on. So this is how we, etc., etc. So this is how we want it to look like. Here we are converting to be a JSON type of information. Then what we want is, we want this row to assign to our return array. So then we write if, again we'll make another double check, if row is not empty, so here we'll put exclamation mark, here we write row. So this logic says if row is empty not, so exclamation mark means no, then return array equals to raw. Assign fetched raw to return array. And we want to throw back the return array. Don't forget here to put semicolon. Here we write return array. Okay. So throw back return array. So mean throw back to the user. So this function will try to select any value in database based on received email address. Okay, so this is the protocol. So very important, don't make mistakes. You can pause the video and compare your code. Okay, so if you finished comparing the code, we now need to execute this method in register.php. So step number 3 will be, as you remember, check availability of the login. Step 3, check availability of the login or user information. So for that purpose, we will execute from access the method which we now declared. Select user as per email. This will be the email. Okay, excellent. So what we will do now, here we will write if round brackets, here we write empty. This we will keep as user. Means if user is not empty, means it found some user with the same email address. Found user with the same email address. In this case, we will again return the JSON where the status will be 400, which is an error. Let's say I just so you will write the key will be status, value will be 400. Then we need to return the message. The key will be message and the value will be the email is already registered. And we want to echo it, echo JSON encode, which is a return value. Okay, this is what we want to do, and we want to stop execution. We want to disconnect the connection with the server, and we want to return. So here we are show JSON to user or throw back JSON to user. Disconnect from the server and stop execution of current PHP file. Okay. Otherwise, here, let's throw back. I'll just copy paste it here. You can type it. Status, I'll write 200. The email is, let's write available. Okay, let's come back and I'll just refresh. It shows the email is available. So how we can check the logic works well or not, we will just go to our PHP control panel, structure, we will try to insert some value. Just go insert here, ID I'll put 1, email I'll put john@yahoo.com, first name will be John Michael, password I'll use 123, salt will be 123, let's say, birthday 10101, then gender will be male, and let's go. So this is the SQL command. This is what we have been using in Access here. Okay, so when we come now to browse, so we see that we manually inserted the value. So let's come back to our browser and try to refresh, and now it says the state is 400, the email is already registered. Excellent, guys. But if we will try to put a new email, it will tell us the email is available. So excellent logic, guys, really amazing. So this else statement we will keep, but this JSON was executed. So that's really amazing, guys. So we're going step by step as per the logic which we already declared. So the next step will be to insert details in the server. So excellent execution, guys. My congratulations.